Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Monday again. This is the way I keep track of the
What
week
day it
now,
is.
of what day it is.
Day
This when we
since
do
podcast.
podcasts. Yeah, I'm on a day since podcast. It's actually also how I keep track of how long we've been working from home, because the podcast was literally the last thing I did at the office
Yeah.
before we had to like walk out and leave. And then that's the last time I was there. I haven't been
That
back
night
since
was
then.
so surreal. All of us walking out to our cars being like, all right,
I guess I'll
see you later.
see you whenever. I don't know.
Just like walking out, shrugging, just like, this might be it.
How long ago was that now? How many podcasts have you done at home?
That podcast was on March 23rd.
23rd, yeah.
I know we've done 8 keeping the lights on, so I imagine you've done at least 8 or 9 of these.
I think this is the 8th one. I think this is the 8th that we've done since we've been at home.
8th.
8th? Did I say it weird?
Eight. Oh, fuck. I don't know.
8th.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Did you?
Oh, there you are. You're back.
Gavin, you came in hot from the Achievement Hunter stream right before this. You sat down and I started freaking out, and Eric told me to save it for the podcast. Your beard is growing exponentially. Like it's like it's been 4 weeks since I've last seen you.
It's almost as long as my face.
You look like
that?
Jack now.
Oh,
It's disgusting though. It's not even a good beard. It's like tangled and
Here's the
try
thing.
and like give it a bit of that.
I get that people can't go and get their hair cut right now. And I get that a Jack, for instance, can't go get his giant ZZ Top beard groomed. But what fucking excuse do you have? You have razors. Just shave.
I do. I mean, it's a good excuse to see how long I can get a beard.
You want to look like you want to see what a man looks like on you. Finally, I get it.
your mustache. You must trim your mustache, right? So you could eat.
Well, I've never had a beard this long, and I don't really know how to do it. And it's really annoying when I eat because like food will go in my mouth, and then I'll start like chewing it, and it will like pull more hair into my mouth. So I've just been like shaving a hole around my mouth, but the rest is completely untouched.
Like you're literally shaving a food hole.
Yeah, a little food gap, so I can stop pulling out my beard hair with my mouth.
I don't know much about beards as I've never had one, but I've been someone's beard before, so I guess that counts. But this part here, Gavin, like right by the sides of your mouth, it looks like, are you supposed to trim that part? Because it looks very long.
I don't know.
What
Should
that
I?
is.
I don't know. Look, this bit is like,
Oh, you can do you do the dumb mustache now.
yeah, but it doesn't know what to do. So it's just like, huh.
Well, it's not born knowing what to do. It requires a little training and effort.
You look like a Red Dead character that's been neglected for a while.
Yeah. You just sort of
Why don't you trim
AFK'd
it?
your keyboard.
Why don't you trim it right now on the podcast?
Oh, because mess and that.
Live
Can't really-
haircut.
Can't really see what I'm doing.
It's
I'll
almost
just sit
better.
here and drink.
You've got the little picture-in-picture window that shows you what your view is like. Just make it bigger and getting close to the camera and show us.
Well, why don't you do that with your head?
It's not the same thing at all.
Same thing. Totally same thing.
I see you're drinking a White Claw there, Gavin. Is that your new drink of choice?
Yeah, that's how I count the days or the weeks, is how many White Claws are missing, because I have one every time on the podcast.
Can
What flavor is that?
It's just raspberry.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed about White Claw
Why?
because I know I would have loved it.
Yeah.
It
Honestly,
didn't
Geoff-
exist. It didn't exist for me. We had shit like Bartles and James, back in the early 80s, but it's not the same thing. And I guarantee you that White Claw is fucking delicious, and I could have drank like 40 a day and not even realized it.
Jeff, it's not that good.
I appreciate you saying
It's
that.
overrated. Like
Why
it's
is
like
everybody
lightly
drinking
flavored.
it all the time?
Because it's like a lighter version of alcohol, so they could still drink without it feeling like you're gonna
Yeah,
throw
I
up
feel
all
like
the time.
it's like having a few beers, but I'm not getting as fat.
I think that it was just good marketing. I think they just hit at the right time. Like there was all those seltzers, all those soda waters that came out, and it was like the next logical step. There were several of those hard seltzers that came out. Just for some reason, White Claw took off.
This one seemed to it's as a non-drinker who I have to just absorb this stuff tangentially being in the world. It's like there's Budweiser, there's Coors, there's two different kinds of whiskey, and then White Claw, and that's the only alcohol I see advertised. And Tito's on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
It's really ratcheted up the ranks. It's like a genre now. It's like a
It's fine.
subgenre in drinking.
It's okay.
I've been doing what Gavin's been doing. I have one case of beer, and I've just been having one beer on each podcast. But I don't have one today because I was looking in the mirror, and I was like, I can't tell if I've put on weight or if I look the same and just don't feel good about myself today.
I got so fat.
I kind of had the same moment. Then I watched this week's episode of Last Laugh, and I was like, no, I look about the same. It's fine.
I've definitely gained weight, and Emily and I just don't. It's hard to think about dieting in this. I mean, I guess unless you're a person with control and discipline and stuff. But given the peculiarities and the stresses of the environment, dieting seemed like just like not a good idea. But I'm getting super fat, so we've been fasting. And I don't think it's made one bit of difference. I do that Bernie intermittent fasting thing where I eat from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day or whatever. And it's easy enough to do, but if anything, I might be gaining weight because
I feel like if only there existed some kind of tool where you could check to see if it was making any kind of difference. I'm not getting on my scale. So you already own it. You're just not getting on it?
Oh, no, not right now. No, I'm not going to do that to
suggest-
myself. That's not fair. That's not nice. I should be kinder to me during a global pandemic than to look at how far I've fallen. Nah, fuck scales.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Geoff.
They're from the
but I will
before
say,
times.
Geoff, I will recommend if you get some type of app to just track your calories, because that's really what it's all about, just calories in, calories out. All this fad diet stuff that Bernie always talks about.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I could just not be a piece of shit too, but I mean,
oh no, I'll eat 7 Oreos in one sitting because I feel like it. So I'm right there with you, buddy.